Welcome back, Jacqueline. Well, welcome back, Haley. I think you two were the last two remaining listening. So let's finish the chapter together, shall we? Tyrell! Maybe Tyrell too. All right. Where were we? Rosie grunted a gnarled grunt. She was back that day from Woodwold. Lord Prendergast's hounds had broken away from the huntsman, which had never happened before in anyone's memory, and Lord Pren had had to forbid the man to quit his post, and set a spy on him that he couldn't creep off and disappear, so devastated was he. Rosie was called out to talk to the dogs, who were all deeply ashamed by their ignoble behaviour, and grovelled abjectly to the huntsman, who they loved, at every opportunity. "I don't know," said Hurrier, one of the oldest and wisest hounds. "I've never felt anything like it. It was like being 6 months old again, but crazy. I've known crazy dogs. They can't learn, and they don't care they can't learn, and that's worse. And if your huntsman doesn't know his job, one crazy dog can ruin the pack, because when we're running—" Hurrier paused. Rosie knew what she meant. When a dog's brain is full of prey smell, there isn't a lot of room for independent thinking. "Storm coming," the Merrill had said, sitting in the darkness in the roof of Lord Prendergast's hall. "Storm coming." The weather, advancing towards autumn, was as restless and volatile as Lord Pren's youngest son's horses, but bad weather had never sent the dogs mad before. Rosie felt she was surrounded by bad weather, her own and everyone else's. Rain and wind hardly came into it. Roland couldn't really have anything to do with the princess, but it still seemed so very odd that her own private world should be trying its best to crack up during this last, tense, distracted year before the princess' 21st birthday. If this is what it felt like in the gig, it must be really dreadful where she was, the princess. I'm thinking I will ask my aunt and uncle if I can go to Smoke River for a season. Perhaps I can learn a spinning charm." Peony gave Rosie a thin, watery smile, like sun trying to break through rain clouds. "You know it is a great frustration to me that I spin poorly." Rosie did know. Peony was slow and clumsy about this, as she was slow and clumsy about nothing else, almost. It was a long-standing joke between them that Peony had been able to spin perfectly well until Rosie moved next door. Rosie had once offered to loan the gargoyle Spindle end to Peony, explaining about the nose rubbing, but Peony declined, saying seriously that if it were a charm, it belonged to their family, and it would have its feelings hurt, or might go wrong if loaned outside. "I'll ask Barter to make you a spindle end as a coming-home present," said Rosie, stifling the urge to beg Peony not to go away and leave her alone with Gnarl at the forge every day. The sun broke through a little more credibly in Peony's smile this time. "I'd rather you made me one yourself," she said. And that is the end of Chapter 14. Thank you for tuning in. We will continue with Chapter 15 and 16 tomorrow. As always, it is a pleasure reading to you. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I certainly do. And I hope that you are staying healthy, safe, and as sane as possible. Until tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy.